Do you know how a mistake made Sputnik impossible? Well, it all started when German engineers set out to make the ultimate encryption machine. They ended up creating the perfect storm that led to one of the greatest code-breaking breakthroughs in history. You've probably heard about the Cold War before. It was this intense rivalry between the US and its allies versus the Soviet Union and its allies after World War II. Both sides were stockpiling weapons and trying to one-up each other. But they weren't fighting directly. Instead, there were these proxy conflicts where each side supported different groups battling in places, like Korea, Vietnam, and Afghanistan. It was messy. And then there were the space and arms races. The Soviets took the title of first to launch the first satellite into orbit back in 1957, followed by the US a month later. Then in 1961, Alan Shepard became the first American to reach space. 1 year later, it was Yuri Gagarin from the Soviet side. Each achievement fueled the fire of competition. But what does any of this have to do with a beam? Well, during the height of the Cold War, the US desperately wanted to spy on the Soviets. But things got tricky when American U.S. spy planes started getting shot down over the USSR. That meant the US needed a new way to gather intel without flying planes into dangerous airspace. Enter the world of espionage and cryptography. When you encrypt messages, you're transforming them into a secret code so only the intended recipient can understand them. For centuries, people have been developing increasingly complex ways to encrypt messages. You might be familiar with the Caesar cipher where you shift each letter of the alphabet a certain number of places. If I shift each letter 3 places, hello becomes core. Not super secure, but you get the idea. Back in World War II, the Germans developed a new encryption machine called Enigma. Unlike simple ciphers, Enigma was an electromechanical device that combined rotors to produce a much higher number of potential combinations. This meant cracking Enigma was a daunting task. But the British codebreakers didn't shy away from the challenge. Leading the charge was a mathematician named Alan Turing, who would go on to become a pivotal figure in computer science. Turing and his team worked tirelessly to break the Enigma code, facing countless setbacks and dead ends along the way. The stakes were high as intelligence gathered through Enigma could provide vital information about German military movements and intentions. But even if they could break the code, how would they keep their activities a secret? Code breaking is only useful if the other side doesn't know you've cracked their codes. So the team needed to keep their work under wraps. In 1932, the British government established a top-secret unit dedicated to breaking the Enigma code. Located at Bletchley Park in Buckinghamshire, this covert operation remained shrouded in secrecy for decades. Today, we know it as one of the most significant intelligence operations of the 20th century. Working in absolute secrecy, Turing and his team faced immense challenges. They had to maintain operational security while operating with limited resources. As the war progressed, the Germans made modifications to Enigma, making it even more complex. The pressure was intense as the fate of lives and the outcome of the war hung in the balance. Despite the difficulties, the team persevered. They made significant progress when they captured a German Enigma machine and a copy of the daily encryption key, thanks to a Polish intelligence officer who had also been trying to crack the code. With this intelligence, they were able to test their theories and gain valuable insights into the Enigma's inner workings. By 1938, Turing and his team successfully reconstructed the Enigma machine, marking a major breakthrough in their efforts to decode German transmissions. But as the war raged on, the Germans made changes to the Enigma, increasing its complexity and making it harder to crack. Nevertheless, the team adapted and innovated, ultimately devising a machine called the bomb that helped them decode the encrypted messages. Now, let's talk about the bomb. It wasn't just any ordinary machine. It was an electromechanical device designed by Alan Turing to test thousands of Enigma settings. At lightning speed, before the bomb, code breakers spent hours manually testing each possibility. The bomb automated the process, making it faster and more efficient. It could quickly eliminate incorrect settings, allowing the team to focus on the most promising leads. When it came to deciphering encrypted messages, time was of the essence. By narrowing down the possibilities, the bomb significantly reduced the time required to decode messages. This was crucial during wartime when every minute mattered. The bomb was a game changer in the battle against the Germans, providing the code breakers with an invaluable tool to decipher their messages. Its impact on the outcome of World War II cannot be overstated. Thanks to the bomb and Turing's brilliant mind, the Allies gained insight into German military plans, potentially shortening the war and saving countless lives. As the war drew to a close, the need for the bombs became less urgent. By 1945, the bomb had played its part in securing victory. However, its legacy continued to shape the future of computing. The principles behind the bomb laid the foundation for modern computers, paving the way for the digital age. These incredible machines enabled the code breakers to turn the tide of the war, forever changing the course of history. Now let's look at some of the key features of these remarkable devices. The bomb's rotors were the heart of its operation. These rotating wheels contained electrical contacts that connected to a series of wires. As the rotor spun, the connections changed, altering the flow of electricity and the message that was being transmitted. The bomb was equipped with multiple rotors, allowing for complex encryptions and making it challenging for the Germans to anticipate the code breakers' moves. The bomb also featured a plug board. This component allowed the code breakers to swap the letters on the keyboard with different characters, adding another layer of complexity to the encryption process. The plug board provided flexibility, enabling the team to adapt to changes in the German Enigma settings. The machine's memory banks were vital for storing intermediate results and partial solutions. These banks allowed the bomb to retain information as it progressed through different stages of decryption, helping the code breakers build towards a complete understanding of the encoded message. The memory banks were essential for the bomb's efficiency, enabling it to perform calculations and comparisons quickly. The bomb's output units were responsible for displaying the results of the decryption process. These units could present the code breakers with potential solutions or combinations that could lead to the final decoded message. The output units provided a visual representation of the bomb's analysis, helping the team interpret the results. The bomb was controlled through a series of switches and dials that allowed operators to input various settings and parameters. These controls enabled the code breakers to configure the machine based on the specific Enigma settings they were trying to crack. The bomb's user interface allowed for precise adjustments, ensuring that the machine performed the correct calculations and comparisons. Over the years, the bomb underwent several upgrades and modifications as the Germans continued to refine the Enigma code. The code breakers at Bletchley Park worked tirelessly to keep up with these changes, ensuring that the bomb remained effective in decrypting the latest Enigma transmissions. The evolution of the bomb reflected the intense competition between the Allies and the Axis powers. After the war, the bomb's role in breaking the Enigma code became a significant part of its legacy. Historians estimate that Alan Turing and his teams worked shorten the war by 2 years, potentially saving millions of lives. Without the insights gained through the bomb and the skilled work of the code breakers, the outcome of World War II could have been very different. The impact of the bomb extended beyond the war effort. The principles and technologies used in the machine laid the foundation for modern computers. In fact, the bomb is considered one of the earliest examples of a programmable computer. Its ability to perform complex calculations and comparisons paved the way for future developments in computing. After the war, the British government kept the details of the bomb and Bletchley Park's operations secret. For many years, the work done there was so classified that the true extent of the code breakers' achievements remained hidden from the public until decades later. The story of the bomb and Bletchley Park serves as a reminder of the power of human ingenuity and the importance of preserving history. The contributions of Alan Turing and his team of code breakers deserve recognition, as they played a pivotal role in shaping the course of World War II and the future of technology. But can you imagine a world without computers or the internet? Without touring? That might have been our reality. If you enjoyed this glimpse into history's hidden heroes, hit subscribe for more untold stories that shaped our world. Together, we can keep their legacy alive and ensure that their contributions are never forgotten. Thanks for joining us on this journey through time. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the fascinating stories that have brought us to where we are today.